Okay, so I just hosted a mastermind event in London. I'm going to put a couple pictures up now. I co-hosted the event, of course, with my business partner, Harvey, and also a very, very successful entrepreneur, Nick Lauer. We had some fantastic guest speakers. We brought on Jerove, and we also brought on Nathan Weisberg. Also co-hosted the event with James Staines as well. And we just went over everyone went over different things, and it was a fantastic event. I had 11 one-on-one clients actually fly out, some of them from Florida, some of them from Italy, to the mastermind event. And in this video, I just kind of want to break down how you're able to make a real change in your life very, very quickly and do things like this, have 11 of your clients actually come through to an event. You know, amazing venue. We started at the actual venue. It was a fantastic event venue. I think it was the same venue that Charlie Morgan also hosted his mastermind event. Yeah, it was a little bit of a bag to drop, but no, it's all worth it because everybody was super happy with the venue and everything. We then went to one of Canary Wharf's finest steakhouses, which is just behind me, somewhere over there, Hawksmoor, and we had a fantastic dinner, as you can see here. Amazing conversations, young entrepreneurs, agency owners like yourself actually getting around like-minded individuals, like-minded mentors in this industry, truly killing the game. And I think that's what I want to focus on within this video is your ability to truly succeed in this game is no longer about just understanding what offer to sell or understanding what outreach to do. When I was at the dinner table with these young, hungry agency owners, entrepreneurs who are your competitors, they were sitting at the dinner table, we were having conversations, I was letting them know on insights. There's a couple people at the event, know people doing $1 million, 1.5 million a month. So when you get around people who know these people that are doing 60, 70, 80, 100K a month, that's when you truly become elevated, right? And this is what this London Mastermind event was all about, and it's just so cool to see back at my story overall. If you don't know a little bit about my story, I worked a 9-to-5 sales job in London, just somewhere around there, and I slowly started to realize that the corporate world and that the sales world wasn't actually the reality it was promised to be. In fact, I actually hated it. Right? And that's when I started looking into entrepreneurship. I started looking into running agencies, etc. And that's when we got into it at the end of 2022, or around the last 3 months of 2022, with my business partner, Harvey, who you also may know as well. And obviously, we done a presentation together at the mastermind event. And yeah, that's when we got into an agency space. We first got into the space via doing Facebook ads, because when I first got into the space, mainly SMMA was just selling Facebook ads to e-commerce brands or brick and mortar businesses, etc. Right? Now, obviously, we know, and you watching this channel, that selling growth services and actually going against the traditional AI commodity can just replace your service, no value, you're selling retainers that are just simply no profit, isn't the best way to go. And that's the model that we broke down at this mastermind event, essentially the growth model. And yeah, everybody was just super asking questions, etc. And I think it's so imperative, if you are in a situation, if you are perhaps 16 to 22 years old, 23 years old, that you get around the right people, that you truly invest into yourself, you truly start elevating your mindset, because this game is bigger than you currently believe it is, right? In your small bubble of just working on your computer all day, not investing, not networking, not doing all of these things, you're missing out on a ton of money. It's the arrogance tax of what you don't know. In here, you know, when we ran our you know, traditional content agency where we're just doing like video edits, we had a client who's here. Well, we had a former client who's here. It was actually a guest speaker at my event, Nathan Weisberg. And yeah, I considered him as a mentor of mine. Anybody that I have around me that are doing serious numbers, I consider in somewhat way, in some vertical, a mentor of mine. I can learn something from them. And that's where you elevate so much faster. And that's how I've been able to do what I've been able to do at only the age of 19 years old, starting literally less than 2 years ago at 17. So I literally hadn't actually built brain cells. And yeah, it's just so beautiful once you actually have gratitude about this industry. And yeah, you understand who to go to, how to invest into yourself, how to truly start making progress, because there's a lot of people watching these videos. And that's why we actually done this whole entire mastermind event, that simply don't understand, that haven't made progress, that don't understand that not making progress is a sign that you are doing the wrong inputs. Now, of course, you're not going to expect success straight away. You're never going to just acquire success after 1 to 2 months of just starting, but you should be making progress. You should be self-developing, and you should understand that your business should be getting easier. You should understand more. And I think so many people set unrealistic timelines of what they can achieve. For example, you're not going to scale to 40, 50K a month inside 30 to 60 days. That's absolutely ridiculous, but you can scale quick, you can scale fast, and you can start learning possibly more than you are now. And this is, like I said, why we put on this event, why we flew out speakers from Florida, why clients came out at MotherClients.io from Florida, from Italy, from these places. And yeah, it was a really cool night. We all kind of built, a big connection together. And like I said, it just makes me look back at my journey of when I started, and it's all the energy that you put out there. And I know that's so fucking wishy-washy, and I know that you probably watched a ton of YouTubers like, oh yeah guys, it's the energy, and you're like, bro, I don't know, just let me do outreach. You don't fucking know what that means. But when you start understanding it, and when you start gaining intelligence around it, you start understanding what these people mean, and you start understanding how to gravitate yourself towards that in order to attract success, because you don't push for success. This is something that I learned a little bit in my journey as well, is that you don't push. It isn't a pushing motion, it's an attracting motion, right? The person you become, your beliefs, your disciplines, what you do, right? What you believe, who you surround yourself with. It's so important who you listen to, right? We all know the quote that you are the 5 people you hang around most with. Now that quote has been kind of transferred to your online space. So you are the sum of the 5 influencers and the 5 Discord communities and the 5 school communities that you surround yourself with, the right information. Okay, and that's why this event was a real success. And I'm so grateful for everybody that came out to the to the event, and I'm kind of excited for where I'm kind of heading now. Obviously, earlier on in the year and in the past years and 12 to 18 months, I've made so many pivots, so many changes inside my companies. But now doing what I do now, which is scaling info products, scaling education companies, taking equity inside of these companies, and then charging premium prices, delivering a full stack growth service. I'm super excited to scale this into the future, meet more one-on-one coaching clients in real life, and just truly be grateful, have good people around you, and make moves within the game, right? And so just a short video, don't want to ramble on too much, but I hope this kind of give you a bit of insight on just a bit of fucking motivation, just a bit of let's not make this a downer all the time. The negative thoughts that you're having, the self-belief, the lack of belief that you have right now doesn't need to damage you all the time. You can still compound the inputs, and you can still make the same, learn the same lessons and have the same journey that I've been on. And I hope to be a guest at your mastermind event, this time next year, and you can teach me everything that you've been doing and amazing companies you've been building. And that's really the most important thing as well. I'll just leave this on one last lesson. Make sure you surround yourself with good people. I can't express that enough. People inside of your network, the clients that you actually acquire, who you're trying to attract within the market, has to be quality. And that's why this event was even going to happen in the first place, right? Even with my small audience only being 19 years old of age, selling out a mastermind event, because I truly try to express who I am, attract the right people. And that's how we made it happen overall. So going in, finishing off this year of 2024, I just want you guys to understand that you can make a huge transition in your life, and you can really start making a ton of progress if you invest into the right people, if you invest into the right, not even just people, because so many people say that and they're like, okay, well, is he trying to make me buy his program? I'm not doing that. I'm just saying bro, invest into your environment, invest into books, invest into mentors. I'm sorry for saying it, right? As a YouTuber, right? I've invested so much into mentorship. Invest into books, invest into your health, invest into a better gym wear, invest into, I don't know, get your protein levels up. I don't know, get your protein intake up. I don't know, right? But invest into yourself, surround yourself by good people, do the right thing, and you'll make a ton of progress in your life and business. And I just want to say again, any of you watching this who attended the mastermind event, super grateful, and I'm super excited to I can take my business and my brand into, going into 2024, 2025. So if you haven't added me on Instagram, add me over at lukejackson.mx. All of the content that I showed within this video, all the pictures that I put up probably somewhere, my editor can do that, is on Instagram. You can go follow me over there. Also join my free school community if you want to learn how I partner with education companies to scale their information and information companies. And if you want to understand how to do that by implementing growth services, then you can obviously join this free school community as well. But other than that, have a great end of 2024, make a ton of progress, and I'll see you within the next one.